Hey stranger, do you wanna have a chat? Could you tell me where you're from or where you're going, where you're at? Hey stranger, could you use a little break from all the way you're carrying and maybe entertain me with your stories and I'll tell you mine. I'm really lonely, I just wanna try. Seeing if we could get lost for a night. So won't you come join me for a drive? Let's go and do the honors. Let's go and, alright, so just get them set up like this. There. Okay. Alright, so from the beginning, where are you from?
From Lebanon.
From Lebanon.
Yeah. And what were we talking about?
We were talking about something, the war, something July in Arabic. You moved here. What were the conditions of you moving here?
The war in July, yeah, the Harb Tammuz 2006, the July War 2006.
Okay, so walk me through that. What is that? I have no idea.
It's when war happened. When Israelis started hitting and stuff like this, and they went against the South. But it was a very fucked up war. So my mom was not comfortable us being in Lebanon. All right.
Was she living here at the time?
No. My auntie was here.
Okay.
But how do I say it? My auntie was here and she was working herself out. She was working. She was trying to build herself up. So I was like, okay, cool. We're going to Qatar then. The airport closed. Fuck, you know what I mean? And it was a very fucked up. By the way, it was very fucked up what I've seen. So we rented a car. Someone came, a driver. We rented a driver, and he was to take us to Syria. And from Syria we'd come to Qatar. As we were going, I'm in the car, my mom's in the car, my brother's in the car, which is one of the most important people in my life, I would say, my little brother.
Okay.
And my grandma. And as we reached the borders of Syria, I seen cars or people walking on my right, and I seen people walking on my left. Their car dropped or they're trying to escape. They were walking. There was too many cars, too many people walking and stuff.
Is it just like a totally jam-packed road?
Very much. It was it was packed. There was a lot of traffic.
Like that scene in The Last of Us where everyone's trying to escape through the city.
Very much. And it was a very fucked up. It was scary.
How old were you when this happened?
I was very young. My brother was a year too. He was 2 years, so I was 5? No, I was 5, 6 years.
Okay.
Alright, cool. And when I came to Qatar, I was happy as a motherfucker, bro.
Okay, at 5, 6 years old.
Yeah, 5, 6 years old. I was happy.
So, what happened at that border crossing?
Bro, it was sad. Poor people are walking now. They're not even driving. They're escaping. They wanna flee.
Yeah. So, what does it look like at the border? Is there a functioning checkpoint? Or did you have to show
from the Syrian? Because you go from the Lebanese checkpoint to the Syrian checkpoint. At that time, Syria was still stable, alright? So yeah, there was I don't remember properly. I try my best not to remember that day because it was very disturbing to me. But there was no there weren't people fighting on the streets. It was just people walking, sad, desperate, crying for help, and there was people in the car.
Yeah, so there's no real order at the border. It's just people flowing through it.
Yeah, but there was the border. The border was there. The border was checking people in. You know what I mean?
Okay.
When that happened, when my mom gave them the passports and everything, I remember we went to Syria. We went to a house that I don't know whose house was it, but we went to how we slept a day, and we went directly to the airport. When then we came to Qatar, and I was relaxed. I was relieved.
Okay.
And when we heard the war stopped, I was like, okay, maybe we can go back home. Maybe we can, or maybe we couldn't. I don't know. Okay, but we went back home anyways.
When you left that first time, in your mind, did you think it was going to be a permanent thing, or was it always understood that just?
No. I thought it was a permanent thing. I thought it was khalas, we're moving countries. We were moving to other countries.
Okay.
How do I say this? At that point, I got introduced to Embassy 3. You know what I mean?
MPC3?
MBC3. You don't know what MBC3 is? Oh, well, you didn't. Well, you weren't born here, so I can't blame you. It was like your childhood favorite. It's like MBC3 to Qatar is like what Cartoon Network is to.
Oh yeah. I know.
Oh, Space Tune. You know what Space Tune is?
Yeah, it's like the MBC3. That's the one with the green cube.
Yeah. Fine. You get what I'm fine.
Yeah.
We're on good track. And when I moved to this country, khalas, you know, like moved. You get what I'm saying? Like no, like not vacations, not moved university, khalas.
But when did you do the final permanent move?
2019.
Okay.
That was 2019.
What was that in response to another like economic?
Yeah, but it wasn't my choice.
Okay.
You know why I was pissed a little bit? Because it wasn't my choice. I was kind of like forced into it.
So it wasn't your choice?
It wasn't my choice. I didn't want to move. I didn't want to move.
You just felt compelled to move because of...
Yeah, because my mom and my aunt. But the thing is, I was not ready to leave my brother alone. And at the same time, after finishing my school there, and this is a funny fucked up story, I fell in love with this chick, yeah? I fell in love with this chick. I had a crush on, but like a crush comes and goes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I fell in love.
Okay.
She was woof. You get me? Like I knew you were a kid. You were what, 18 years old?
Yeah.
So you didn't really know shit about life. Okay, you just, you know, you barely got hair on your balls and you think you're a man, you know what I mean? So I fell in love with this girl. But at that time, when like the connection was so much, she already had a boyfriend.
I didn't get you. The connection was so...
When I fell in love, when that connection became so big from my end, she already got a boyfriend. And like she already took it upon herself to, you know what, fuck it, you know, this guy has a crush on me, whatever, you know, shit happens, but I'm in a relationship, fuck off, you know?
Okay. How'd she come to know that you had a crush on him?
Oh, you know, have you ever watched like a Netflix series? And you know every single hot girl has this sassy boy kind of male friend.
Yeah.
Alright? I kind of like, I should have like watched my mouth around him. I knew, I told a friend that he was there, yeah, he was listening.
Okay.
I told her, you know what, this girl, she, I love her, man. I genuinely want to try, you know? Like, I've never been in a relationship before. I want to see how it is with a person that I love. I promise I'm not going to do her no harm, you know what I mean? Like, I was in love with her.
At this point,
the love was strong. I told her, like, I'll even give her my heart. Delusional shit, don't worry. Looking back at it, okay, I want to hit myself in the face. Alright, the fucked up part is I want to hit myself in the face, you know what I mean? And by the way, yeah, this guy, we were the group. You know, like how in university, you know, like you have a group of friends, you go to the male cafeteria, you gotta eat with your friends, you have a group table.
yeah, okay.
Okay, so our institute was good enough to have that outside. Alright, we had an outside thing.
Okay.
We were sitting and like we were talking, and I was like, when it comes to love, I don't feel comfortable. I said that to a friend, and he was there, and he was like, oh, but didn't you say you loved her? You didn't say you'll give your heart for her? Like, he put me on that spot. He exposed me to people I didn't want to be exposed to people I didn't want to know more or have, like...
He's just spreading your secrets.
He didn't spread, bro. He fucking infected people with my secret. This guy went all out, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah. Just propagating it like a public news channel.
Yeah, man. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with people, man? Like, social cues, bro. You don't say that. Like, out of what? Like, what? So people can fucking, like, look at you. It's like, haha, very funny guy. Oh, let's laugh at him. This guy made a funny joke. Woohoo. You know, like, attention-seeking bitch. Don't be that. Don't, like, fuck, suck a dick and, like, speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah.
Don't be a whore. Don't be attention whore. Alright?
Okay, so this guy, he exposes the fact that you have a crush on this girl. I'm assuming...
he exposed the fact that I fell in love. A crush is a very small thing. You don't understand. I was madly in love. Alright? It's not like, oh my god, she broke my heart, but she didn't give up. Like, for me, I was just like an acquaintance. Alright? Like, who I caught feelings. She, I don't know. Alright?
You don't know if she shared the feelings?
No, I don't know if she shared the feeling, but she was comfortable. Like, every time she sees me, hey, how are you? Nice. You know, we, like, sometimes, have a coffee together, you know, in the institute type shit. But it was more of a, like, you know, when a girl does that to you, that doesn't mean like equal. Oh, she's interested, you know, like you get what I'm saying. But like, and then it was like a roller coaster of emotions, man. Like, what's the difference between me and him? You know what I mean? We're both. Turns out that motherfucker has a job. This guy is a self-made. You get what I'm saying? Like, ooh, khalas, I can compete. I couldn't compete for shit. Couldn't compete for shit. As growing up, you have to admit defeat. You have to know when you're like someone's above you. You get me in life?
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. I suck dick. I suck dick. I've got fucked up.
What were the main differences in?
He drove. He had a car. He could provide. I gotta be very honest with you. He could provide more for her than if she was in a relationship with me. In terms of, if he wants to take her on dates, he could take her to more places, stuff like this, blah 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 blah. All right, all this. I couldn't. Okay, fuck. But I was so obsessed. So, oh my god, man, I want to kill myself. Do me a favor, just like whip that fucking steering wheel right to the right. Fucking ridiculous. I fucked up.
What did you do? How'd you fuck up?
When you try to impress a girl, you text, alright? I'm just remembering the cringy text, Yahi. I was like, did I say this? What the fuck is wrong? Like, no wonder why she sometimes blocked me, no wonder why she sometimes doesn't reply. And I was like, oh my god, I'm remembering Yahi. I was...
Give me a taste, man. What did you text? What would you say?
At one time, I tried to learn Spanish. I tried to learn Italian. To impress her.
But was she Spanish or Italian?
No, she wasn't none of that. But it's like, oh, look at me, I'm unique. Yeah,
You just thought being multilingual would give you that competitive edge.
I was just like, something that, really? This guy can... Oh, that's interesting. I was fucking delusional. And sometimes she doesn't respond. I was like, why does she leave me on scene, bro? Like, I started acting like a bitch. You know what I mean? Like, why is she leaving me on scene, though? Who the fuck did she,
It bruised your ego. Like, this bitch don't know who she fucking with. Like, she fucking with the best.
I was delusional.
Wait, is that actually how you felt?
No, I felt like I disturbed her. I felt like I made her uncomfortable in ways. Like, okay, man, and like I loved her so much, I didn't want her to see me as an asshole or a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, now we moved on.
Okay.
Whew. After we moved on. Okay.
How long did it take you to get over that first love?
All jokes aside, Wallah al-Azim, I'm gonna be very honest, no sugarcoating, no. It took me 3 years. And that's after her being in a relationship.
Okay.
In 2019 to 2021, I was madly in love with her before COVID and after COVID. You know what I mean? And like, how do I say this respectfully? I would also like to say the fact that, how do I put it this way? I convinced my mom to buy a ticket so I can go to Lebanon to see her.
Holy shit.
And that didn't happen.
What didn't happen? You bought the ticket and you didn't see her? Or?
Yeah, I didn't see her. And then I felt miserably.
What the fuck?
I felt miserably. She was like, she's not free. And like, that's how I know, like, bitch, you lying. Bitch, you lying to me. Bitch, you fucking lying. When you fucking telling me not free for 2 weeks, suck a dick. What the fuck you mean you're not free for 2 weeks? Just say I don't fucking like you, man.
Damn.
And like, this is the point where I should be like socially aware. And this is what I fucking come to, like, I have to have good social cues in life, or else you will get fucked. I'm not gonna say the perfect social cues, but good social.
Let's hone in on this a little bit. So, walk me through the inception of this idea. Where did you get it from, and then how did you execute it? What was your takeaway from it?
Convincing my mom?
Yeah, because at this point, it's already been established that she doesn't like you, right?
No, but what you mean, like, what? It's fucking retarded. But like, you want me to walk you through how I convinced my mom to...
Just walk me through the timeline, because you told me you were at the Institute together. It was already clear that she didn't like you. Then you moved here in 2019, yeah? And then...
Okay, cool. In the Institute, we had PT3.
What's that? Is that another...
No, PT3 basically means that your last 12th grade before going to university.
Okay.
That was what we have. So there's first, second, third. So going back terminal, alright? We had the terminal, alright?
was terminal.
which is BT3. Yeah, but the thing is, I was an institute. We don't call it terminal. We call it BT3.
Okay.
And it was her second year. I was my third.
In 2019.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to do the second governmental exam to hand out. We had to do the second government exam, so I would get qualified to go to university. And like it's a government exam. If you fail it, you have to repeat it.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah, I passed. All right. She had 1 year in uni. She had 1 year in the institute before she goes, and oh my God, bro! Now that I remember, I was pathetic. Like, God bless her, like she has nothing to do with it. Like, she doesn't owe me shit, man. Like, oh, she had to go through this, ya Allah. What the fuck is wrong with it? You know, we were talking about how, like, you know, the war and brotherly love and all that, and now we're here, yahi, we're here. Oh, wow.
Okay, we're here. What's going on here?
Okay, we're here. Like, I'm just realizing the fact that it took me 3 years and like constant like texting, like because I was so insecure about the fact that she forgot about me. I didn't want her to forget about me. I was like, you know what, fuck that. Like, alhamdulillah now, like I'm telling you right now, if I can go back through time, if I'm telling you, I'm not gonna like beat myself to death. You know, it's just an ass whooping. I'm gonna use the belt, the fucking kundara, sarmaya. I'm gonna use the fucking, you know, like mom's best weapon, the fucking slipper, the sandal. I'm gonna use my fists. I'm gonna use everything I learned, everything I know, every malicious technique I fucking like, acquired in my like 24 years of living on this earth. I'm gonna go all out. Man, because I was so annoying.
So you're just harassing her through text?
Hey, okay, listen, come, let's the poor choice of words, okay? Come, let's
Oh, okay.
okay, not harass, okay?
Yeah, okay. You're bothering her. You're being annoying.
Yeah. Okay, I was being insecure. That's the word. I was coming with what we call small dick energy.
Okay, yeah. Just too desperate, too clingy.
Yes. Oh, I came a long way. Oh, alhamdulillah. Oh, alhamdulillah, ya Allah. Thank you, God.
So come back to this flight story. Okay, so 2019, you passed BT3. You're still in Lebanon. She's still in Lebanon. Yeah.
I moved there.
Okay, you passed BT3. You come to Qatar.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in Qatar. You don't want her to forget you. You keep texting her. You keep bothering her.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I did. I was very clingy. I was very annoying. Like for one day, I don't know why I said Happy Valentine's Day. I mean, what the fuck for, man? What the fuck for? I was like, what the fuck is that? Like, bro, like, Happy Valentine's Day. You know, hopefully you enjoy your time with your boyfriend. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Yo, what the fuck, man? Like, yo, someone should have beaten my fucking ass, man. Someone should have fucking kicked me in the fucking face.
Well, what was her response?
She was like, thank you, appreciate you. I was like, bro, now we're remembering. I know she said that out of nerve, like she was nervous. She was shy. She was disgusted. She know, like the more, like if I had a fighting chance to be with her, I was fucking butchering those chances. Allah. I was so pathetic. But anyways, listen. So I was like, fuck that. And keep in mind, I had a friend, okay, he did me a favor. He talked to her about how I felt towards her. That was back when I was in the institute. It was her second year, it was my third year, okay? Keep in mind, so you won't be confusing the timeline, alright?
Okay, so this is before you passed BT3.
Yeah.
Your friend interceded on your situation.
Yeah. I begged him. I didn't even tell him, like, bro, you want me to, like, fucking, I don't know, suck a dick for you to help me, please? Like, you know? Joking. I'm not that desperate. He talked to her.
Saying what?
That this guy loves you. You need to break the ice for him. You need to tell him. You need to help him. He's a very like whatever. She sends me a text message of. It was beautiful. She was like, "You're too late. I have a boyfriend, and we're friends." It was the words you did not want to hear from a girl. You're in love with. You were friends. Well, we're not friends anymore. But listen, it was fucking, what's it called? I was annoyed. I was disturbed. I was pissed off. I was sad. And it was a good feel for Jim.
Yeah, I can imagine. So, this girl rejects you. You pass BT3. You come to Qatar. You keep texting her.
Yeah.
And then what happens?
Then you try to convince your mom to buy you a ticket so you can.
Okay, so how did that idea get into your head? Why did you think? What was that? Was that before or after Valentine's?
How many Valentines are we talking about? How many Valentines are we talking about?
On which Valentine's Day did you wish her a
I
happy?
don't remember. I think it was the first Valentine. No, it wasn't.
2019, 2020?
I think it was the second one.
So 2020.
Yeah, maybe. But anyways, back to the story, yeah? To walk you through exactly what happened, how I convinced my mom to like buy me a ticket. I wanted to get a job and pay for my own shit.
Okay.
Corona happened, really didn't have the experience for a job, and if I had a job, I don't think I would pay for like a ticket. So I kind of like went to like the little boy brain. I was like, hey mama, how are you, man? Like, can you do me a favor, please? You know, and I should have been considerate, you know what I mean? Because buying a ticket is not easy. Were you here when Ihtiraz was here?
I'm familiar with it gives the status of your COVID.
Yeah.
Like with the green. Green means go, red means no, right?
Yeah, green means go, red means no, yellow means under quarantine, gray is non-active. Well, I don't remember what gray is, but we were good. And back then, traveling was a thing. They opened the airport. I went to Qatar. I went back home. I told my friend, I was like, yo, bro, I want to link up with you. And he was a good friend of her.
Okay.
So I thought him being good friends with her, they chilled a couple of times. I thought maybe we can make it happen.
Wait, so prior to buying the ticket, what was your goal? What were you trying to accomplish by coming to Lebanon?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no. What the fuck was I doing? Oh my god, no, but you're right. I was fucking dumb as fuck. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to know. But like, for me, because I had like because I didn't want to be in Qatar.
Okay.
So I was finding any small excuse to go back to Lebanon, to go back to people I'm comfortable with. So I told my mom, I was like, listen, make it happen for me. Let me go. And like, with my mom, I don't keep secrets from her. She directly knew something was happening. Right?
Okay.
My mom's family, yeah, especially my family, they have no idea how the new generation works.
Okay.
Like, you cannot simply just like, you know, like it's different for them, you know, and for us. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she, at her birthday, I bought her a gift.
Your mom?
No, I buy my mom gifts on her birthdays, yes, you know, yeah, but like, the girl.
Okay.
Oh my god, so pathetic. Oh, please forgive me.
Give her a name, just any name.
X. I bought X a gift with a love letter. You know, with a small love letter. I'm so happy, please come back. Oh, fuck.
Even after the rejection?
Bro, you know what? The letting out is very important. I was pathetic. Listen, I'll be very honest. Disgusting, humiliating. Dude, shame on me as a man. Go through that. And like, bro, she's an absolute sweetheart, by the way. I annoyed her so much. God bless her. You know, like, I annoyed her so much. I apologize for her. Yeah, I am really sorry for what I've done. You know, like, I didn't mean. I don't know how to say this. Like, just like she shouldn't go through the bullshit, you know what I mean? Just because I did not pick my balls back up and say, you know what, shit happens, I gotta move on. And I'm sorry it took me like a couple of years, or like a long time to fucking process. Alright, but now we move on, we're here now. Alright, cool. I bought her a gift. I was like, yo, listen, I got her a watch. Fake as fuck, though.
Fake watch with a love letter?
Yeah, but then I think the watch was good. Alright, come. And this is how I know I need a new friend group, by the way. The guy I gave it to...
Wait, when you gave her this gift, you were in...
I was in Lebanon.
Okay, so you make the trip back, you buy her a gift, love letter included.
The guy, I gave him a gift. I gave him the props, like, bro, let's give it to her on her birthday. Her birthday was on, I think, July. He gave it to her on November.
Okay.
And you know the fucked up part is? I lost hope that he was gonna give her the fucking gift. I called my other friend, who is also his friend. I was like, bro, please get that gift from him and give it to her because I don't trust him.
What was the cause for the delay, and why was he fucking you over?
He was just couldn't be bothered. He just couldn't find the time.
Well, what does he need to do? He just needs to go to her door and say, hey, my guy.
I don't know why, but the other guy was, because keep in mind, it was still her last year in the institute. So the other guy I told him to was still in the same. It was in the same class as her.
Yeah. So.
No, not that guy. The other one.
Okay.
The guy I told her like.
Give names to identify these characters.
Okay, cool. The guy who fucked me over, I'm calling him A.
Make it a little more personal than that. Okay, call him Jeff. All right.
Jeff.
Okay.
And there was Nathan. Alright? Nathan was the other option. I told Nathan, I was like, go to Jeff, get the fucking gift so you can go to the institute, because he was still in the same class as her. They still had 1 more year. So I trusted the fact that Nathan, is gonna be like, give the gift to her, because he did. He was like, I got you. Because he was bothered about the fact that Jeff was lacking.
Did you ever confront Jeff about his dereliction of duty? Did you tell him, like, hey, Jeff, I gave you this fucking gift, dog. Like, why are you not giving it to, let's call her Jessica?
Call her, Jessica.
Or, whatever you prefer.
No, I said X. Like, maybe, like, let's keep it short and simple, But Jessica works with, like, white names from a white sitcom movie. But, like, yeah, go ahead. I'm just wishing that there's gonna be a Tyrone there,
Yeah. We can add a Tyrone if it comes.
I'm gonna call, no, because Tyrone is a real one, so I'm gonna call.
You actually know a guy named Tyrone?
No. Like, Tyrone means usually, like, people who are called.
No, we already called him Nathan at this point. Let's keep it Nathan, okay?
Keep it comedic, yeah. You don't have to keep it depressing, but yeah, let's go.
So, yeah, did you ever confront Jeff on not sending the gift?
No, not the way people assume. Like, I didn't call him. I told him, I kept on reminding him. I didn't confront him. So Nathan took that gift from him, gave it to her, and I didn't hear from her. I was like, did you get my gift? Yes. Thank you so much. I was like, that's it? I even wrote it down, like, that's it?
This is because the love letter was...
Yeah. I was like, that's it? I even texted that shit. I was like, that's it? That's all you... I was like, what do you expect me to do? I told you I have a boyfriend. I know you love me. I know you do. I'm sorry I can't help you through it, but to tell you, like, to move on, you have no chance.
That's good. She was that blunt.
Yeah, khalas. Like, after a long time, I felt like a creep. Like, I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm a creep. Like, I'm one of those boys who stalk girls, like, around from the bush. You know what I mean? And I hated that. I didn't want that. I dislike that. And I'm being someone I hate. It's disgusting. So this is why I was like, yeah, no, it's not gonna work. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna work out, because there was never a thing to work on. You know what I mean? You get me? And I fucked up. Khalas, but that's it. You know what I mean? Like, and the poor girl, like, I apologize. Well, I can't say how sorry I am. I should have been more of a, like, I should have picked my balls back up, and don't bother you with that shit. To make you very uncomfortable to a level where, like, you're texting capital letters. Capital letters. Move on. I have a man. It's not healthy. It's not healthy to the human mind. But forget about that. We're here now. We're live.
Yeah.
Alright? And I came to Qatar.
Dude, like, on all of these notes, I'll tell you, like, what's going on in my head right now, like, with respect to the podcast. So, I'm gonna be, like, totally upfront, all right? I'm not sugarcoating anything. Like, the first hour, 2 hours that we spent together, like, it was nice, it was pleasant, but content-wise, there's, like, basically nothing there. Like, I don't even think I'm gonna review it. And at this point, like, I'm having a much better experience with you, like, now that you're, not as guarded and not as conscious of the camera shit. But even now, just like with all the different cuts and shit and like all the different tangents, it's going to be so difficult to edit and make it like one coherent piece. Like what I'm thinking of doing is just, we'll keep talking, we'll keep learning more about each other on a friend kind of vibe.
Yeah, sure, why not?
And in the end, I'm not even stressed if I don't use any of it.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. Like,
It's not a disappointment at all, okay? It happens. Like, I'm trying to learn how to do this. This is your first time. I understand if you feel awkward or self-conscious. I totally get it. So I say that because, like, it's just going to be so fucking difficult for me to edit. Like,
listen, it's okay, no problem. I know. Listen, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't have to work out the first time. If it doesn't work out this time, try your best. All right? Okay, I promise you, the next time, listen, I'll give you a day. All right? Sure. Cool.
yeah,
I do apologize for wasting your time.
totally fine.
Are you sure?
Bro, I'm learning, you're learning, we're all...
No, because for me it was more of I never been in a. You need to understand. I never been in a podcast.
I totally understand.
You know, like, I'll be very honest. I'm tired as fuck.
Yeah, me too.
I'm tired as fuck. I'll be very honest. I'm tired. Just, do you have my location?
I think we're 6 minutes away.
Thank you so much, Wisam.
No problem.
Really appreciate it. خلاص, then I'll delete those.
Yeah, don't delete it just yet because I might like review some of it just in case.
But listen, I'll be very honest. For more to actually learn more, I learn more about you, and you're a nice human being, by the way.
Thanks, you too. Yeah.
You're a nice human being. I'm down to do it again now that I've actually understand what do you want. I feel very comfortable with you. And next time I got you. But this, what happened today was a good experience.
Yeah, it's learning.
Going to the end of Qatar. But it was your first time doing this, right? Is it?
This is my second time doing this.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live right here and
You live in...
yeah.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're close by.
Yeah. I'm like 5 minutes away from you.
Yeah, man. Khalas, bro. Listen. Fuck that. We can do it tomorrow.
Okay. I'll just do like a quick housekeeping.
Yeah, sure, go ahead,
So
go ahead.
just get it synced. Okay. So I'm joined by my stranger today for episode 2 of the Talking to Strangers podcast. And full disclosure, we already tried recording this episode the first time yesterday, but the vibes were slightly off, which is to be expected when you have such a unique and novel concept such as this. And I partially blame myself for this, so I just want to say a couple words at the outset to make sure that this trip will be a little more fortuitous for our purposes. So just to expand on the concept a little bit, like what I'm trying to do with the show is to get total strangers to reveal a part of themselves to me that they would never feel comfortable revealing in other contexts. And it doesn't have to be like that weird and deep and sentimental like every single time, but I just want people to speak freely and openly and honestly without any fear of judgment. And yeah, so like I don't want you to feel like you're at your grandma's place and if you cuss, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you with a sandal or something.
No way.
Or like you're running for Senate and you need to get votes from anybody. Like the vibe that I want to cultivate socially is like this is not a car. This is a spaceship, right? We're going out to space. We're gonna talk about whatever the fuck.
I got you. I definitely learned from. But at least I know more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other dimension that I want to clarify for people is that nothing goes out of this car without your explicit approval. There are gonna be 3, 4, 5 checks that I do, like upon editing the conversation, where I say, "Are you okay with this? Can I keep this in?" And the criteria that I use for, or the criterion that I use for deciding what goes in and what goes out, is if it poses a risk of you being exposed, right? Like anything that would violate your anonymity throughout this conversation, like if there's the slightest chance, I'll take it out. And yeah, so there's like 5 layers of checks. Speak freely.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you. We're all friends. We all love each other here.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that's
That's been like the objective. I think yesterday, just like I'll be very honest. You know, when you said like be free, you know, like talk normally and stuff like that, I was like, okay, the camera's in my face. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. Yeah, that's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah.
Like even me, I'm sure you can sense like as the viewer, even I feel self-conscious talking in front of a camera, and that's part of the benefit of having somebody else in the car with you. Like I don't know if you've ever recorded content solo. Have you tried?
I did.
Yeah, like you know that feeling of you're just tripping over the words, you can't come up with the right words, and then you freeze up in front of the camera, like, and it just feels like so awkward and fucking
Yeah, like you have to redo it again and again.
All of that, yeah. So
yeah, and then in the end you get sick of it. You be like, okay, you know, I fucking give up. You know?
Exactly. So one of the pros of this medium is that we have each other to bounce off of conversationally, and when you have someone else who's who's not judging you, who wants to come up with something cool, like on the same page, then it's like all your faux pas and mistakes, they can be excused, and it's no big deal.
No, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good. I
So-
think, without being said, it's gonna be a fun ride.
Yeah, I really hope so.
Hopefully, we're not gonna stop in a checkpoint where we're gonna go to another country.
Now I'm going to drive to a long and hopefully quiet road, and we'll see what comes from it.
Okay, yalla. When you're scrolling through apps, you hear like, okay, you want to sleep properly, you have these like sleeping apps, fuck that shit, bro. Just watch a fucking YouTube video of whatever, and you just fall asleep naturally. For me, I try to do that on Netflix. Okay, if it's a show I'm interested in, then my adrenaline just start pumping.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and if not, shit, I don't know, like a YouTube video, I guess. I don't know, some like game explanation or game lore, or sometimes I don't know if it's just me, but I watch like old Vine compilation.
Yeah, I used to be really into
They
that.
were good, yeah, back in the days. They were good.
Who was your favorite Viner back in the day, or like which ones did you follow?
Oh, bro, listen, you don't understand back then. Like now, they're just like fell off, except for King Batch. I would say he's still on, even though I heard like controversial opinion on him.
Yeah, I feel like most of them got embroiled in some kind of like sex scandal or.
Oh no, I'm not talking like that. I'm talking about the fact that people don't find him funny anymore.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm like, why the fuck don't you guys find him funny? Like he's popular for a reason. You know what I mean? You get me? Like he has such like big audience, a big like fan base, or, for a reason. It's because you guys found him funny. Is his jokes, does it hit as it was back in 2013? No, of course not. Like nobody's like black people be like, or this people be like, people who wear Jordans be like, nobody like fucks with that anymore. Like I think like when it comes to human evolution, like we've evolved so much.
Yeah, well, and it's just like typical. Like you don't find the same shit you found funny at 13, funny at 24.
No joke. I think it was the only time I ever like heard the whole stereotype. You know what I mean? About, you get me? Like he does like videos about black people stereotypical stereotype. Right? Does he make fun of it? No, he just mean like just for content. You know what I mean? Like fried chicken and like a watermelon and like Jordans and
Yeah.
So like, it was funny, but I don't think people fuck with that nowadays.
Yeah.
I think things change, actually.
Yeah, I think there's a perception of him as like, you know what a minstrel is?
No, I don't actually.
Like in pre-Civil War era America, there were these shows like traveling theater shows where white performers would act black, or what they imagined black people were like,
Do you mean blackface?
Yeah, blackface. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they'd take like burnt cork and smear it all over their faces and paint their lips bright red and just act a fool on stage. And then that whole movement in theater was called minstrelsy.
What's it called?
Minstrelsy.
Minstrelsy, okay.
And those shows were called minstrel shows. And what would happen is, like, the same way we go to movie theaters on the weekend just to chill and like watch some shit.
Yeah.
Racist white people for entertainment would just go and pay to see white performers
paint themselves black and like act, you know what I mean?
Act ignorant.
I'm telling you, like, superiority complex. I'm telling you, superiority complex.
Yeah.
These people were different. I don't know the exact philosophy of it though. I'm not gonna lie.
Philosophy of.
Yeah, well, I don't know what made, for example, mustache man. What's his name? Adolf. Yeah. What do you mean? What's his name? Adolf Hitler. Yeah. I don't know where he got the idea from of his blood, Aryan. That's what it's called, Aryan blood. Alright, Aryan blood is like the superior, like first beings, first everything. You know what I mean? I never understood. Like, how the fuck does that happen? You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I mean, in Hitler's case, I don't think it originated with him. I think there was a lot of latent, like, European anti-Semitism, and I think in the aftermath of World War I, there were a lot of people blaming the Jews for Germany's defeat in that conflict, and it kind of just spiraled from there.
Was it World War I or World War II?
No, I mean, Hitler fought in World War I, and when the Germans lost...
There's a lot of reasons of why Hitler hated the Jews, bro. Like, I heard one of the reasons why is because he didn't get accepted into art school.
Dude, I think about that. Like, I was writing an essay about it one time, and have you seen Hitler's paintings?
No.
they're actually really good. And like if I showed them to you, you would never think that the guy that did these paintings went on to kill 6 million Jews. And
Genocide, my brother.
yeah,
That's the Holocaust. Like, no, but like, I just don't. Right, this is how I think of it. He was pissed off, and out of that bad experience, he assumed like the Jews, they prefer themselves. They don't like.
that's actually not true. I don't think the Jews had any role to play in
really?
getting in or out of art school.
Because I thought like I heard like the guy who was in the, like the art school, and he was Jewish.
That might be true, but I don't think Hitler developed a fascination for hating the Jews until after his dreams were crushed. Have you read Mein Kampf?
No, man.
I actually read the section of Mein Kampf where he talks about like what happened in that episode of his life, and what's so fucking like trippy about it is how relatable it is. Like I don't know if you've ever had the experience of a dream falling apart in front of your eyes, you know? Like, you want it to be something your whole life.
That did not work out?
Yeah, it didn't work out.
That's like some sort of like an experience, but like for me it was just like, that's life, you know? You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's just, you know, sometimes shit doesn't go the way you want to go, where you want it to go, and that's normal, you know? You figure other things out.
Yeah, so in Hitler's case, he wanted to go to become a painter, and the critics that were judging his work were saying, I think you'd be better off in architecture, and you know your designs are good, but your paintings are kind of shit. And then, like he got rejected from the painting program, and then he talked about like how I think he worked as a laborer after that period, and he just discovered the twin evils of Marxism and Judaism. Like in his book, that's what he said.
Actually, that makes much more sense than what I heard. Like, I can tell you what I heard after you finished.
Yeah. So I just found it so interesting that like there's this whole counterfactual history where Hitler got accepted into the school, and then probably lived the rest of his life as an obscure painter, and 6 million people wouldn't have died.
No, but like I've heard like the reason why he didn't, because listen, I'll be very honest with you, okay? I don't believe that you getting declined from a position, whether in art school or uni or whatever, is gonna fill your hatred to a level where you have to kill 6 million people, or like create a mindset. Listen, I'll be very honest, because what he did was fucked up.
Yeah, facts.
When it comes to Hitler's perspective, I don't know if that's just it, because a lot of people say if he would accept it in art school, we won't have World War II or the Holocaust. I would say that hatred existed in him before, like, something happened. You know how, okay, cool, you know, listen, and this is very racist to most people.
Okay.
Alright? But let me give you a scenario. Okay, I'm an Arab, yep. You are Pakistani, Indian?
Indian, yeah.
Indian, okay, cool. I get fucked over by an Indian once or twice, and then I have this assumption that every Indian is the same. And that's, I don't know if there's a term for it, but that's racist. You know what I mean? Not because you got fucked over by 3-4 people, like you think all like every Indian is the same.
Yeah, you're generalizing from your experience with one Indian.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Indians.
Yeah, but there's an excuse for my. I'm not saying I have any prejudice.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying some people do, because like, and that goes everything. Like I'm sure it's vice versa. I'm sure like Arabs have it as well. You know?
Yeah, like all people.
Yeah, you know, like okay, I got fucked over by one Syrian, one Lebanese, one Jordanian. Every Jordanian, every Syrian is the same. You know what I mean?
It's so funny that you bring that up. Like on the first episode, I actually said something to that effect about Egyptians. Like all the Egyptians I've met, which I've met like maybe 3 or 4 in my life, where I've had like extended interactions with them. They were just assholes, right?
No, like Egyptians are exceptions, my brother.
So you agree?
I'm joking. No, but there is a stereotype, and that stereotype exists for a reason. But however, like having a stereotype and being a douchebag because of that specific ethnicity or race, okay, you know, that's different. You get
I do get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So like. What I was thinking when I said that in the episode, and I actually included it in the episode, is that, oh fuck, like when I put this out, people are going to call me racist because, you know, I shared my negative experience with Egyptians, like however fleetingly, right? And then I thought about it more, and it was just like, okay, I'm still committed to treating Egyptians and any other race of people as individuals, right? Like I'll
With
treat,
respect,
yeah,
yeah,
with respect and dignity in an individual context.
Until he fucks me over, I'm like, no, fuck that motherfucker.
Yeah, and
Go eat some fucking kushari somewhere else.
exactly, exactly. And when they fuck me over, I'm not gonna attribute them fucking me over to them being Egyptian. I'll attribute their fuck shit to like their own misbehavior, right? But subliminally, like subconsciously, I will, make a mental note in my mind of like,
Okay,
this,
so yeah,
this guy fits the pattern. Yeah, Egyptians. Just again, one more time. So, yeah, I don't think that's racist. I think it's just.
Andrew Tate said it once. It's called pattern recognition.
Yeah.
It's not like the fact you hate this group of people. It's like because of your bad experience, you take precautions.
Yeah.
Is it wrong? Like I said before, you having bad experience with a group of people doesn't mean, you have the right to be prejudiced towards this group of people.
Yeah.
Because of your, shitty experience from 1, 2, 3, or 4 people. Inshallah, if it was 10 people, that doesn't give you the right. Unless you experience fucked up shit from like, how many population is Egypt?
I actually have no idea. Is it like 40?
A lot million. If you fucking like get fucked over by this amount of people in Egypt, then okay, maybe then exceptions are made. And it's not just like to target Egyptians in general. Like usually any group of people, any like if you have like a bad experience from a certain group of people, inshallah, wherever these people are from, you being prejudiced towards them because they're from that place is fucked up.
Yeah.
In general, you get what I'm saying?
But on this Egyptian point, is that like a widespread feeling that a lot of Arabs or like people in the Khalij have against Egyptians?
Yeah. But again, it's just a stereotype, so it's not factual, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, I wanted to know how racist
No,
that
bro,
would
but
be.
listen, you bro, we're in the Arab world. Of course, okay, listen, this is a conversation I had with someone, right? Cool. I was with a brother, in university, yeah? And we were sitting, yeah? And one of his friends coming, yeah? And, good brothers, God bless him, you know what I mean? Then we were talking, first we started about games, and then somehow, I don't know, again, okay, we ended on the topic of racism.
Okay.
I was like, when it comes to the experience, I can't accept the fact that Arab people in general have, kind of racism in them. And he was like, no, we don't. He was like, we have biasism, not racism.
Okay.
I was like, what the fuck do you mean? What exactly do you mean? And me and him, we were talking, I was like, because it was my first, I never heard anyone say that. Like, you're biased, and then, you're biased toward a certain stereotype. It's different than you're actually racist because of that stereotype. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, okay, cool. Egyptians, yeah? We have a saying, yeah? That when you're shaking hands with an Egyptian, count your finger because he might steal one of your fingers. You know what I mean? It was fucked up, because the whole stereotype is like they're thieves.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, what's the problem? Are you racist towards him because of his nationality? Are you prejudiced towards him? That's fucked up. But you make fun of that stereotype. That's adi.
Yeah.
That's normal.
Yeah. So what the guy was saying is that, sure, we might have a tendency to stereotype people, but like
We don't look down on them.
yeah, it's just in jest. It's nothing.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to say. And the thing is, listen, I'll be very honest with you, yeah? People have stereotypes for people all over the place, okay? Cool?
Yeah.
It's not just, for example, if some, Egyptian, yeah? Yeah, why are we talking about Egyptian? Fuck, let's change it, for the sake of it. Some fucking Indian.
Sure.
But
Yeah.
then, okay,
Go for Indian.
some Indian brother, yeah, comes and say, yeah, people are so racist. They think I'm this guy. They think I don't touch the soap. They think I don't take baths. Not disrespect.
Yeah, I'm taken.
I was like, bro, I'm Lebanese. People think I'm gay because of my nationality. You know what I mean?
That's a tough one for you guys.
Yeah, it's just everybody here is on the same boat. You get, every time I have to
What is the I feel like different conventionally Arab groups consider different people to be not Arab or Arab. You know what I mean? In the Khalij, you got Saudi, Qatar, and Yemen, Oman, right? So all of them would consider themselves Arab, right?
They're the true Arabians.
Okay.
Because you need to understand other countries are Arabized, as far as my knowledge. And we are Arabs, not Arabians. We're Arabs.
Okay.
We're people who adopted the Arabian culture. But we're not it's very complicated.
Yeah, do people in the Levant consider themselves like a different
There is a
ethnicity?
conflict, there's a controversy towards it, but they won't understand it either. You get what I'm saying? In the, like, you know, spreading Islam, Arab tribes, Arabian tribes moved, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Okay? And they settled.
Mm.
And they mixed their DNA. So, you know, because in Islam, there's no nationalism.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You know, it's not like, oh, wait a second, he's from Sudan, I'm from this. I'm not gonna let my kids marry one of his kids because he's from a different. No, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like, as long as we share the same deen, we share the same faith, you know, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Back then, because religion was very, like, embedded in their hearts, they firmly walked through the sunnah or whatever it's called. So for them, like, you being from a different nationality, it doesn't matter. Whenever someone converts to Islam, you're a brother in Islam, you're my brother, so me and you are from the same people. So that was the mentality they had.
Yeah.
So in the process, I'm like, they went all the way to, like, Morocco, as far as my knowledge is. You know, I could be very wrong, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt, you know, if you have to do your own research on it, okay? As far as my knowledge is, and like, the Arabs kind of like start marrying from other tribes there, native tribes. And like, they start mixing their DNA. So I can say that we're, like, now, especially where I'm from, yeah? My country, okay, has been under a lot of empire rule. The Roman Empire, the Greek, the Turks, you know? So it's really hard to say, no, I'm 100% from the native, okay? Like, you don't know. And like, we've been under like the rule of the empire for like how many, like, for example, the Roman Empire for how many years? A lot. So you're gonna tell me like, you know,
like you're native,
yeah,
purebred.
you're native, purebred, 100%.
Through and through.
No, like, you share the nationality of the natives, understandable. Your people were, not anymore. You know, it's the old word for the reason. We don't speak the language. We don't.
So who are the original people?
Of my country?
Yeah.
Lebanon?
Yeah.
The Phoenicians.
Okay.
Phoenician.
Yeah. Okay. So I've seen TikToks where Lebanese will say that they'll say like, yeah, we're Phoenicians, and then all the other Arabs.
It's a very controversial
all the other Arabs
opinion,
like roll
because
their
I'll
eyes.
be very honest with you. I know where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I'm Arab. I'm 100% I'm Arab. Like, you know what I mean? I'm Arab.
Yeah.
I know where my family's from because but you know, I was born and raised in Lebanon, but heritage I'm not. Because my dad's family, they know where they're from. That's like a story that has been passed from generation.
Do you have like the family tree shit with like all the different tribes and like your lineage?
Not that specific. I just know like where I'm from exactly. You know what I mean?
All right.
Okay, cool. So I cannot speak on that subject, but I can give you what I know.
Okay.
I firmly believe, and not me, not just me. I heard it from people who firmly believe, to be exact with my word.
Okay.
I heard it from people that firmly believe that term, like, no, I'm not Arab, I'm Phoenicians, but Phoenician was created, and especially it was brought up and very overused in the Civil War to separate the Christians from the Muslims.
Okay.
You know, it is a very deep topic, it's a very controversial shit. And the thing is about my country is it's unique. We don't even know exactly how it fucking starts.
Yeah.
Like, you go to some certain area in Lebanon, you'll get their version of what Lebanon is. You go to Lebanon and you get someone from Dahi, you get someone from Tariq al-Jdida, you get someone from Ain al-Rammani, you get someone from Tikwani, you know what I mean? They'll give you what they think Lebanon should be, based on the political party they follow.
What are the main political parties in?
Oh, we have a lot. We have like Hezbollah, Kuwait, حركة أمل, حركة المستقبل, العونية, الحزب الاشتراك السوري. We have the one that has Walitum blood in it. I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
We have a lot.
Which one are you rocking with?
To be honest, none.
None.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I love my country. I know they are Lebanese. They have an idea of what Lebanon, like they want a specific Lebanon, but they do it neglecting the fact that other people are not going to be on the same boat as them.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
mean, it's like you said, there's just so many different.
Yeah. Like, for example, if the Uwat got their hands on power and they shaped Lebanon into what Lebanon needs to be, I will not deny the fact that some people that follow the political party, of course, obviously, they're going to be happy. But let's just say it's people from Hezbollah, people who follow that political party. I don't think they're gonna accept what they've done to the country that they thought is gonna be different. But when you ask me, it's like, what type of political party I rock with?
Yeah, which set are you repping?
No set. No set. I just don't agree with any of it. Like I believe a man learning how to fight is important, kinda. Not for competition's sake, but for like, God forbid, like you know, like crime is bad and you won't commit a crime, but you don't control other people. So when someone comes and tries to rob you with a knife, or God forbid an altercation happen, of course when it comes to a knife or a gun, you're fucked. Run away. Alright? But when someone is coming and like he bumps into you and he was like being cock-headed, he's just retarded, and he wants to fight. You don't control that. Alright? You try your best to de-escalate. Nobody likes to fight. Like I believe people who go around and they look for a fight like this, like get a life. Fighting should be like last resort for you to protect yourself. That's what I believe.
Have you had any experience with self-defense or martial arts or any of that?
Of course, yeah. In Lebanon, I got into a street fight. No, once, not twice. You know, like with at some point you become more cautious.
Street fight, as in it was like an organized thing where you said, "All right, you fucking ass."
No, you had a small altercation with someone, like a misunderstanding, and it escalated.
Oh, okay. What was the? How did it escalate?
So in my neighborhood, there was a family and another family. Yeah. So there was a building owned by the family that we rent from.
Your landlords.
Basically, yeah, that's how you say it. And the other house was owned by the other family. So the guy from that family owns like a small store that you can buy like cleaning tools with, Javel, Dettol, fucking McKinsey, Majrood, whatever, you know, like cleaning supplies. Okay, so one day we were getting out. Alright, we're trying to get out. We had باب الجراج مفتوح ونحن طلعنا بالسيارة إنه نطلع لبرا. We got in the car and we trying to get out. Now keep in mind, like the garage doors open and we're trying to get out to the streets. The car, his bus, where he puts on his merchandise, his supplies.
Okay.
It stopped there. Alright, and
in his supply truck.
His supply truck. He bought supplies from other person's inventory, you know, like it reached the spot. But the thing is, it stops in front of the garage, in front of our way, and there was no other way to get out. I don't know why there's no other way to get out, because his side is not a parking space. So, like, my grandma went and talked to him. She was like, "What's wrong with you? Why do you always park in this situation? Like, isn't there any way you can park from?" And that guy was not having it. That guy was not having his day, and he started screaming at my grandma. He was like, انتم عوفتوا حياتنا وما عارف شو، وكل يوم يا اخي بدك تيجي مصيبه من وراكم، دبروا راسكم، الواحد عنده اشغال. I was like, this guy screaming my fucking grandma. I was like,
well, what's he saying? Like, what's the rough?
Sorry, okay. So he was like, you know, every time you guys are the source of my problems. You guys are this, you know. You guys don't even think. Just deal with it. People have work, you know. You have to fucking. And like at that time we were in a hurry. But the thing is, you need to understand something. What he's doing is wrong. He's مسكر على مدخل بنائي. Like he's closing the area of an apartment.
An exit.
An exit. يعني.
Blocking it.
By law, he's in the wrong. Okay. And like my grandma's an old lady, and like my mom was there, my brother was there. I was like, the fuck you screaming at? What the fuck are you screaming at right now? You screaming at someone who's like your mom's age.
Yeah.
That's your mom's age, and you're a big ass motherfucker. You look above fucking. He looks like someone who discovered an age between 51 and 52. And I told him, watch your fucking mouth, speak with respect. I was face to him, and like people were holding me.
How old were you? You must have been like 18.
No, 19. And like at that time, okay, I got some fucking hair on my balls, so I'm like, you know, I'm a shit.
Going into the interaction, were you confident that like I'm gonna fuck this guy up if he tries?
No, bro. Listen, I'll be very honest. Adrenaline hits you hard when you're fighting. When you were in a very like confrontational environment. So for me, it was more my emotions were talking. So I was face to face to him. I was like, الابر انت تحترم حالك، عم تحكي مع وحده قد امك. وهو عم يعطي الاحترام قدام، يعني من ابوك انت. Like you're disrespecting her in front of me. تعرف شو فيني اعمل فيك انا؟ نسيك حليب امك هذا فكيت لك حنكك يا زبط. Like bro, I was like, I would fucking dislocate your jaw and make you suck my dick or something like that. I make you forget. Sorry, نسيك حليب امك. Basically, I make you forget the day that you sucked your mom's milk. Okay, like I was pissed off, and like people were holding me.
Wait. go back to that. I'll make you forget the day you sucked on your mom's milk.
Yeah.
Is that
That's a term. It's a term we use.
That's a Lebanese.
Yeah, it's a Lebanese expression. Like نسيك حليب أمك يعني. عرفت؟ Like basically like لك هلا اوكي. إذا قلت لك أنا هلا لك نبي نحترم نفسك والله هلا بلبلك واحد نسيلك حليب أمك like I'll hit you with something. Like I'll punch you so hard and make you forget the day you sucked on your mom's dick. Mom's titties. Damn. Fucking sake. Whoa. You know? Well, your mom's milk.
We'll keep it in.
Nah, عادي. Mistranslation.
I'm trying to understand, like, linguistically what that means, because I already don't remember the day I was fucking my mom.
I know. We don't have to get into detail. Okay, metaphorically, like, I'm gonna hit you so hard, like my punch is gonna be so fucking hard, and that I'll make you forget the day you sucked on your mom's, like, you know.
Yeah, but...
Or dick.
Okay, I get it, yeah, we don't need to
Get into
deconstruct.
No, because we have something called, like, when, Lebanese terminology doesn't make sense sometimes, okay? Like, sometimes when we see something fucked up, we have a term that's rarely used. It's like, أيري بأيري شو صار قدامي يلعن أيري. Like, you know what I mean? Like, يلعن أيري, when we say like, okay, cool. This word, we use it every time we feel happy, we feel sad, we feel anxious, we feel depressed, we feel, you know, joyful.
There's a lot of dynamism to the word.
Yeah. Like for example, if I'm happy, يلعن أيري يا زلمة والله جبت علامة حلوة. If I'm sad, يلعن أيري يا أخي. Okay, or if I'm pissed off, يلعن أيري. Okay, or if I'm surprised with something, يلعن أيري. Or okay, and you don't have to say يلعن أيري, but you can say air. You know what air means, right?
No.
Dick.
Oh, okay.
So we have a lot of dick in our terminology. So we say, but يلعن أيري basically means curse my dick.
Oh.
Why would I want my dick to be cursed? Alright, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when you see something like this is a fucking bus, you know, but like, يلعن أيري كبير هالباص. Alright, like in my house, like, curse my dick, this bus is big. Why the fuck why do I want my dick to be cursed?
Yeah.
Okay, and like at the same time, like when you piss at someone, أيري فيك يا زلمة. You know, I'm gonna like, which means like when I shove my dick inside you, bro. I was like, that's gay. Yeah, that's why.
That's why you guys have a reputation.
Yes, that's exactly 100%.
I think
100. We come to a conclusion.
Okay, good, but coming back to this asshole.
Yeah, this fucking faggot. This guy.
So you go up to him, you say.
Yeah, you're disrespecting me, and you're disrespecting my family. Watch yourself before I fucking like, you know.
Make you forget your mom's.
Yeah, before I punch you so hard, you're gonna like something. And the thing is, he was not staying quiet. It was a back and forth. It was like a roasting.
So what did he say in response to you?
I don't remember. Okay, cool. He was like, شو بدك تعمل انت من ما بيطلع لك راس علي فاهم يعني like what are you gonna do, like you can't even bump head into me, like he's so above me. I can't reach him.
Like he was taller?
No, not terminal. Like ما بيطلع لك راس basically يعني like even if you tried you fail. You're not even man enough to fuck with me.
Alright, he's just talking shit. He's saying like you a bitch, you're not gonna do shit.
Yeah, I was like I don't remember what I said after. I remember this thing because I remember being triggered.
Wait, so as this exchange was happening, were there people coming in?
Yeah, of course, people were holding me back.
Okay.
People were holding me back. My brother was holding me back. He was like, my brother was like, يا أخي صلى على النبي. قلت له اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. بس هاخذ الشرموطة على بعين الاحترام ستة يا زلمة وحدة على أمه.
What does that mean?
Basically, like, pray upon the Prophet. You say, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, yeah?
Yeah.
So, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, okay, cool. And he was like, say that basically means like, calm down. Yeah, I was like, bro, that Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. But this guy's disrespecting my grandma. This guy's like someone who's older, like, you know, like, and like, it was more of a talk, and I was like sick and talking, because I don't want to like, talk is cheap, yeah. I was like, and he was telling, he's like, روح نيك من هون, روح انتاك ما بيطلع لك شيء. من شو اسمه ما بيطلع لك راس انت لك يعني انت ما حتعمل شيء ولا لك you're not gonna do anything bro كلك حكي you're all talk بدك رجال من you're not a man. I was like this and like I just like somehow slid my way in and like I think I shoved him and that was it, because I think like when it got to that point people like there was people like holding me and then they hold me. Yeah, and they hold him. I don't know how that شو اسمه part شو اسمه or I don't think I shoved him. No, there was no shoving. My bad. There was no shoving. No, my bad. I was like, there was no shoving. It was just talk. There was just talking. But I was sick and tired of talking, Yahi. Wallah al-Azim. I tried to be physical. Wallah al-Azim. Like, I went there. I was screaming at him. We were like engaging, like talking verbally. And like, but people were holding me back.
Okay.
But you know, we move on in life.
Wait, so is that the street fight you were talking about, or was the street fight something else?
That's one example of what exactly happens. The other example was me and my cousin, me and my cousins, we pulled up on someone, we just fucked the shit out of him. That was...
You gay Lebanese guys, man, just fucking the shit out of random strangers.
What I'm saying. Bro, like, no, listen, rightfully so. But that I remember. Vividly what happened.
Tell me.
Something a little different for the sync today, because like I learned this thing. Here, I'll just start the recording. Do a test real quick.
Test 1 2 1 2 1 2.
You're good. You're audible.
All right.
So, what I learned since the last episode is that when we sync it, like when I point them here, like when we put them together like this, and then I snap and do the sync, when we put the mics back to our mouths and put it back, like what's going to happen is that the recordings are going to be out of sync. You know why?
It has to be close.
It's because there's like the signal that comes from my mouth to my mic is still going to travel to your mic, but it's going to be at a different distance, right? So it arrives at this mic faster than that mic, and then there's going to be a delay.
Okay.
Yeah. So the proper way to sync it is to sync it while keeping the mics in relatively like the same position that they're going to be in while we're actually talking.
So like this.
Yeah, and then syncing.
So after 2 fails, no.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll sync it like this. So that's going to be audible. That'll be the sync point.
All right.
And now I'll just do some housekeeping to explain the context for this episode. Sound good?
That's nice. Actually, matter of fact, you can keep that in, by the way.
Yeah, I think I will.
The whole like this, like
the phase, yeah.
Explaining the mic.
Yeah, I think it's a cool like behind the scenes kind of vibe. All right. So, hello and welcome to take 3 of episode 2 of the Talking to Strangers podcast.
I mean, like, we're not stranger at this point.
Yeah, at this point we are friendly acquaintances. But the reason that this is take number 3 of this episode is that on the first episode the vibes were kind of off. We weren't getting along. It's not like we were enemies or anything like that. It was just a little, it gets awkward when you're talking to a person for the first time and there's a camera in front of your face.
Yeah, like you expect to open up to a stranger. And
yeah. And you kind of feel some pressure to perform and whatnot. And yeah, so that slightly derailed the flow of the first episode. And then the first take. And then on the second attempt, what happened was the conversation was flowing totally naturally. It was a wonderful conversation. I had a great time. But then when I went home to review the footage and the audio file that I had, I came to find out that halfway through the conversation, my mic went out, and that just fucked up. Like
3 hours of driving.
Yeah, it rendered 3 hours of driving like a total waste of time, or 50% of 3 hours, so an hour and a half a total waste of time, because it just fucked up all the audio on my end. My audio was barely audible from his mic, and there was no easy technical fix for that problem.
It was not meant to be at this point.
Yeah, it was not meant to be. So now we're trying for a third time, and hopefully this attempt will be successful. And one change that I'm implementing as a result of these trials and errors is to stop recording in a moving fucking car, because it just adds so much unnecessary noise to the recording, and then I have to focus on the placement of the camera, and then like this shit, the thing that I have the camera propped up on is shaking like throughout the drive. It's a traffic hazard. Like somebody could die if I'm trying to adjust this shit, like while trying to also talk to him and make sure that the audio's on point.
Imagine the explanation after that. It's like, how did you? I was doing a podcast.
Exactly. It's the most pathetic way to end someone's life, and we don't operate like that on here in the Talking to Strangers studio. So the change that I'm implementing is we'll start with a little housekeeping at the beginning of every episode if I feel that it's necessary, and then we will travel to a desolate location. We'll stop at a place that's much more hospitable to audio recordings of the kind that I need for this podcast. And then once we reach a natural conclusion to the conversation that we have at that rendezvous point, then I'll say, hey, you want to head back? Then we head back, and that'll be the end of the episode. Okay.
Sure.
Awesome.
Nice.
So now let's drive.
Bismillah.
Nah.
Division is a bitch.
Yeah.
Like I heard someone say like Lebanon people are united. Suck a dick. Who you lying to? Who you fucking lying? What really? Like, you know, I want a Lebanon where like you know like. I don't know what kind of Lebanon I want. Yeah, the Lebanon I want is the Lebanon that I'm not gonna get.
Well,
Unfortunately,
tell me the dream.
Like,
What is the dream
like,
Lebanon you
some
want?
Lebanese people have a problem with Syrians and Palestinians and stuff like this. And
I've heard about that. I've heard about the beef that Lebanese have with Syrians, but I don't.
Because of the civil war.
Okay.
That happened after the civil war. They, no, okay, cool. You want me to break it down detail? To make a long story short, so I can not.
Make it as long as you want. Tell
I just
me
don't want to make it boring, Yahi.
It's fine. Okay, if it's boring, I'll tell you if it's boring. But
in Lebanon, after the civil war, nothing stayed the same.
this is like 1970 something.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Right after the civil war, nothing stayed the same. Nothing stayed the same. That side has a problem with Syrians and Palestinians. That side has a problem with Syrians and Israelis. These people don't like the Israelis. These people don't like the Palestinians. These people don't like this. The Muslims wanted to protect the Palestinians. The Christians wanted them out. Blah blah blah. What happened? Victims of both sides. We got fucked. We got finito.
Okay. What was the central conflict of the war? Like what? Or were there just so many different factions that you can't really...
It is one of the most confusing and complicated war in human history. I'm not joking.
Okay.
It's like you wanna know how fucked up it is? Whatever I'm gonna tell you, it's my version of the version I heard of it.
Okay.
It's never the objective truth. It's never how it actually is. It is the version I heard. It doesn't, like, each side is gonna give you a Lebanon, depends on the political party they follow.
Okay.
Alright, cool. But I want a Lebanon that when people talk about Lebanon, they were like, if let's just say the Palestinian or like the Syrian talk about Lebanon, be like, those people helped us. This government helped us. We don't deserve it. Like, it's a beautiful country. Like, we fucked up. Such beautiful people, such hospital people, such brave people. And you get me? I don't want a people that are, you hear bad stuff about your people. You don't give a fuck. But you could have been more. You know what I mean? That's what pisses you off.
Sure.
You get what I'm saying?
I actually don't feel that way. Like when it comes.
You're not a nationalist. I'm not patriot. I'm not nationalist either.
Yeah.
But like, it's one of those like, I don't give a fuck. But like, you could have been more. You know what I mean? I want, for example, now they're hitting the South. Yeah. Like some people out there are saying that they're hitting the South. Let them have the South. I'm not with that political party. I'm not with Hezbollah.
Okay.
But you need to understand, the south of Lebanon does belong to Lebanon. The people who are living there are Lebanese. I want a Lebanon where, okay, we might disagree, but when an outsider comes, it's all of us against him. So even like just say القوات الكتائب عندهم مشاكل مع Hezbollah, like those القوات, the political party, these political party have a problem with Hezbollah. Understandable, okay, you don't like each other, but please be with the fact that we have a saying, أنا وخي ابن عمي وأنا ابن عمي على الغريب. Me and my brother are against our cousin, and me and my cousin are against the outsider. It's a beautiful saying.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Okay, cool. The thing is with Lebanese, we disagree. Understand? Everybody has a different political perspective. Understandable. Is it gonna be a next civil war? Maybe. But please, it's a Lebanese problem. Let the Lebanese people handle it. If they want to fight with each other, okay. Nobody wants war. Nobody wants destruction. Nobody wants people's life being in danger. But understand this: when something is hitting Lebanon, no matter what side of Lebanon it is us against them. That's unity. Unity is, we might disagree with each other, but we're not gonna let an outsider come in. Same thing, my response is same thing towards Iran, by the way. It's not just against Israel. I want Lebanon. I don't want a Lebanon in the version of Iran. I don't want a Lebanon of like Israeli version, the French version.
What's the Lebanese population's perception of Iran?
The Shias, of course, the people who follow the political movement, Hezbollah.
Are you Sunni or Shia?
I'm Sunni.
Okay.
Alright, cool. And you have the people who follow, they're very westernized.
Yeah, that's a vibe I get from Lebanon, or like, but whenever I see
that. You're not wrong, yeah, of course. But the thing is, you know, again with Andrew Tate, he said something I also agree. When you stand for everything, you stand for nothing.
You fall for no. When you stand for nothing, you fall for everything. I think that's a
whatever
quote.
it's
Yeah.
called. The thing is, when you're tolerant of everything, you stand for nothing. That's why he said. The thing is, people said that we need to be more tolerant. No. Listen. Tolerance does not equal forget your fucking culture, your heritage, your tradition, your language, to be someone else, to please someone else. That's not tolerance. That's submission. I can be the man I am, with the ideas I have, with the mindset I have, with the faith I have, and be friends with someone other than me. That's normal. That's open-minded. That's how you be open-minded. Being open-minded is never to become someone like that and forget yourself and be like, oh, are you pleased with what I've done? You know, this is me, accept. No, open-minded means you understand someone. You know where they're coming from. You respect their space. And you treat them based on their action, not based on who they are. That's what it means. We have a biggest perception. It's always division. It's always division. Us Lebanese, we're always divided. I don't know when we try our best to say we're not. But because of this generational trauma, we're always like, you can have a Lebanese friend group, yeah? You can have a Christian and Muslim, Shia, Sunni, Darzi, Catholic, Masiano, like, but like each follow under a group of political party. One wrong word, that friendship might be like fucked up. Like tables are gonna be fucking flying.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I remember والله العظيم I remember يا اخي عندنا بالجامعات شو اسمه اليسوعية الإيو. Okay, like people used to fight because of their political leaders. You like, I don't understand, man. Like now Israel is hitting Lebanon. It's hitting the south. I understand the south belongs to Hezbollah, or like majority of it is Hezbollah, and Hezbollah controls over it. Understandable. You disagree with him, okay, but the south of Lebanon is the south of Lebanon, not the south of fucking, I don't know, Mars, or south of Iraq, or south of Jordan, or the south of Egypt. It's the south of Lebanon. Lebanon is your country. This is part of your country as well. You should be united. This is the moment you show unity. Maybe I disagree with this group of people, but they're my people. At the end of the day, whether I like it or not. And if someone's attacking them, I'm against the people who are attacking them, with them. And then we'll fight with each other later. But we don't let any outsider come in and breach our, I don't know, our way of life. Okay, let's just say it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So that's the Lebanon I want. That's the Lebanon I want. But I know I'm not going to have that. I know I'm not going to have that. Because even if they're hitting the south, if they hit the north, if they hit the Christian area, Shar'iyin, if they hit I'm against the people that are hitting that area, because that area is to Lebanon, and these people are Lebanese. It's not a matter of subjective opinion. It's not, oh, they're hitting the Christian areas, خلاص عادي, you know. لا، هول أهلنا، هول إخواتنا، هول لبنانيين، نحن نحمل نفس we have the same nationality. The same for that side. We don't like outsiders. If someone's attacking the south, he's my enemy. Even though I'm gonna fight with the people that I'm against, but to fight the outsider who's the real enemy, because I'll tell you something about Israel, yeah? They're very good with manipulation. Now they know the Lebanese people are divided. That's the moment to divide. That's the moment to actually fucking go through and like يحرضوا بيناتنا, so we can fight each other. So they can have the other half to fight that half that they're always labeled terrorists, so they can control. That's the plan, but we just so blinded by hatred and generational trauma. It is pathetic.
Okay.
It is pathetic, man. You get what I'm saying? You understand where I'm coming from?
I think I do.
That's why I leave. That's why it's a lost cause. Sorry to cut
No problem.
You can talk.
If I'm putting myself in the shoes of, like, to give a disclaimer up front, I don't know shit about Lebanese culture or Lebanese politics, but one grievance that I could understand coming from someone who, like a potential Lebanese person who says, yeah, fuck Hezbollah, I don't really give a fuck if they get killed, is the just a sectarian division between Sunni and Shia, right? Like they could say...
Not just Sunni and Shia, I'm telling you, it's the division for entire people. Sometimes the Christians don't agree with each other. Sometimes the Shias don't agree with each other.
Yeah, but like the point I was going to make about the Sunni Shia thing is, if a Sunni perceives Hezbollah as being an arm or supporter of Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria, and you know they killed like thousands of Sunni Muslims there, for the Sunni, their religious identity takes precedence over whatever Lebanese identity they have.
No.
Then it makes sense for them to think, Yeah, fuck Hezbollah. They killed my Sunni Muslim
It's not about.
brothers
It's
and
not. It's
sisters.
not
and-
about. It's about. We should like focus on the bigger picture. As someone who's worse than Hezbollah, like the Israeli occupation forces. It's not the fact that it's him against Hezbollah. It should be us, because Hezbollah, even though I'm like I said before, I am not with him.
With Hezbollah.
I'm not with him,
Okay.
but I'm with the fact that an outsider is coming, and he's not just dividing us even more, and manipulating us. He's corrupting, and he's destroying. We're Lebanese. Those people in the south, they're not Iranis. They're not Iraq. They're not Yahudis. They're not the enemy. These people there in the south are Lebanese, just like me, just like people who are living from people living in Beirut. These are from any area in Lebanon, could be Muslim area, Druzi area. These are Lebanese. You guys may have different faith, but you share the same land. You share the same nationality, the same country. It's yours. Be against him. I'm not with Hezbollah. I am not with this. I'm not with any political movement, with any political party. But for these people who are against the people who are getting hit right now, be against them. Okay, cool. But don't be with the outsider against them. Don't shake the hands of the enemy to kill your own people, because whether you like it or not, they have the same they carry the same nationality, the same passport as you. They have more right to get help from you than to help the opposer. Fight the outsider and then fight with each other, but don't let the outsider come in and manipulate you even more. Don't do that, because a lot of people say Iran divided Lebanon. No, Israel divided Lebanon. We divided Lebanon. Us. Lebanese people divided Lebanon. Us. Because we were so... If there was actually unity, if unity actually exists, either all of us would be against the civil war, or all of us will be... either all of us would be against... Because you know how the civil war started? Palestinians came in, Muslims didn't wanted... The Muslim wanted them, the Christian didn't want them, so it was like they butts head. So there was unity. All of us would be against it, or all of us would be with that. But there wasn't unity. The civil war is the one example I give that the fact that unity did not exist.
Sure. And what do you think the cause of the disunity was?
I don't know. There's no way. I can't believe that. I don't know. Superiority complexes, ego, pride. I do not know.
You don't think it's just heartfelt differences about what the future of the country should look like?
Or the future, I don't think there's a future anymore for that.
No, I understand that, but like when it comes to the Civil War and all the sectarian divisions that you see within the country today, like I don't think it makes sense to say, come on guys, like we gotta unite when there is no basis for unity.
This is your chance for unity. This is your chance to build the base.
Yeah, so let me...
But again...
Let me play devil's advocate again for like the opponent of Hezbollah. If I am a Sunni Muslim and I give that identity the most primacy in my day-to-day life, then the title of being Lebanese, like I don't give a fuck about that shit. You know, I'm Muslim, I'm Sunni Muslim, and I hate Shias because they slander my mother Aisha and like all that other stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they do that, I'm going to hate them, and I think I would function by like the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of logic, where
the enemy of your enemy is your enemy's enemy. That doesn't mean you're your friend.
Again, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
This isn't something else.
No, of course, I know you don't stand on it. It's just like a...
Yeah.
No, because I'll be very honest with you, yeah.
I'm just pointing out that there doesn't seem to be any real basis for friendship or collaboration when you have just fundamentally different visions of what the future should look like and what the value...
We don't want friends. We don't want to be friends with each other, understand?
Yeah. But it's not just you don't want to be friends, it's you actively hate the other person. You want to kill them.
Let us hate each other without any interference from the outside.
Okay.
We want to us. It's always about us. We're doing this. We have a problem. We know how to fix it. We don't want to fix it. We know how to do it our way. All right. It might not be logical. It not be understandable, but we're not gonna take advice from a country that existed after genociding millions. But that's not what we're gonna. And we're not gonna take advice from a country like Iran, who supposedly, based on Western media and like people who didn't know how to treat its people right. But that's what I heard. I could be wrong. When it comes to Iran, I'm not that knowledgeable about Iran.
Sure.
Alright, but when it comes to dividing us, we don't want to be divided even more. Alright, I don't want that. Like, this is your chance to build something. I'm telling you, don't be united, alright? But don't be divided by people from the outside. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and again, from my uneducated point of view, I just don't feel like it's the people from the outside that are imposing this division on the people of Lebanon. I just feel like it's
the people from inside. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. Unfortunately, it's one of those stuff that you have no control over, but so that's it. I wish things will be different, inshallah, in the future. Inshallah, things will change for the better of the country and its people. You can drive if you want.
Sure, yeah, you want to head back now?
Yeah, I think at times it's getting late because tomorrow I have unit.
Yes, yeah.
That's why.
So thank you again so much for your contributions to the project. It really means a lot.
Anytime. Hopefully we learned a lot.
I learned a lot
Yeah.
from you.
Are you gonna do the good night and goodbye?
No, we don't gotta do that. Just
You do it.
you want to do it?
Yeah, it's actually nice.
Okay, fine. Then
It's actually nice.
at the end of all this, all I have to say is good night
And goodbye.
Hey stranger, do you wanna have a chat? Could you tell me where you're from and where you're going, where you're at? Hey stranger, could you use a little break from all the way you're carrying and maybe entertain me with your stories and I'll tell you mine. I'm really lonely, I just wanna try, seeing if we could get lost for a night. So won't you come join me for a drive?
That was good. That was fucking hard.
Thank you so much, Wisam.
Yeah.